They come for an education, not to mention an opportunity to learn about a new culture, but an incident a few months ago outside of the U.S. city of Los Angeles is raising questions about whether or not it's worth the cost. Here's what happened. A group of high school students from China violently assaulted another Chinese student. The attack is raising serious questions about the concept of sending children to the United States for education. CCTV's Mei Lee has insight.
Where do you want to go?
Class is in session here at Rancho Christian High School in Temecula, California.
I brought beautiful dream catcher.
Each of these students has something in common. They're all parachute kids, teens from overseas, mostly from China, who attend schools and live with a local family while their parents remain back home. Did you want to come to America? Yeah. Was this your choice?
Yes, it's my choice.
Why did you want to come?
Because the education is good.
A better education is the #1 reason why parachute kids come to the U.S. Their parents pay up to $50,000 a year in the hopes their kids will safely thrive. But it doesn't always work out that way. On March 30th, in the affluent town of Rowland Heights, California, a group of parachute high school kids from China allegedly kidnapped another Chinese student, brought her here to this park, and tortured her for hours. The victim claims she was stripped naked, beaten and slapped several times, and even burned with cigarettes. She says they even cut off her hair and made her eat it. Nearly a dozen students were involved in the attack. 3 are in prison. Bail is set at $3 million each. 19-year-old Yu Yao Zai, Xinlei Zhang, and Yuhan Yang, both 18, are all being tried as adults. Charges include torture and kidnapping. If convicted, they could be sentenced to life in prison.
Many of the Chinese media in China, they're hoping that these kids, get life sentence to send a strong message in China or throughout the world. But as a criminal defense lawyer, I know those kids, they do not deserve life sentence because I know that, they're just also victims.
Deng says many parachute kids have been bullied in China and in the U.S. Many feel isolated and lack proper supervision.
I do have parachute kids who came to me when they are already suicidal.
Clinical psychologist Xingfang Chang believes Chinese parents need to pay more attention to emotional well-being and not just academic success.
So I have this father who came to me. Basically, his son was just acting out because his parents are not here. He could do whatever he wants. So I tried to communicate with the parents that he need to spend more time with his son. And he just simply said, no, I can't. I have to fly back the next day.
The foreign student placement business is a rapidly growing industry, but it's largely unregulated. For a fee, agencies in China will find an American school and a private family. But not all agencies are created equal. Joaquin Lim of Tower Bridge International, a sanctioned agency both here and in China, says there are a lot of unscrupulous players in China.
We have a team of people that do follow-up work at school, after school, and also with their parents in China, whereas other companies don't do that. They simply just drop the kid off here and you're on your own.
Thousands of agencies cater to the growing number of students who come to the U.S. In 2009, 1,700 high school students on F-1 visas came to the U.S. In 2014, that number jumped to more than 80,000. 15-year-old Henry Lee is one of them. He's about to start his second year of school here. His homestay parent, Joe Allen, works with Tower Bridge International. He says the welfare of the student should always come first.
I'm always asking them questions. How was school? Do you have any problems? They have to learn how to trust, okay? So, yeah, these are my kids. They can't go anywhere and do anything unless I say so or my wife says so.
Tell me what it's like to live with an American family.
I just like them so, and then they treat me well, and we eat together, and we have a good time.
Do you feel like you can share your feelings?
Yes, I can share and tell them.
But too late for the parachute kids involved in the Rowland Heights attack. Mei Lee, CCTV, Murrieta, California.